The one true form of measuring improvement is by comparison to one's former self, and in that respect, the F77 Mark II has a lot to live up to. Now, just so you know, Ultraviolette is a Bangalore-based startup that makes this handsome-looking electric motorcycle. They first arrived on the scene in late 2022, and now there's an updated version of the F77 called the Mark II. In fact, the one that we're riding here today is called the Mark II Recon. Now, exciting aircraft names aside, we really have to ask, is the F77 Mark II really an improvement, or is it the bike we should have had all along? That's what I'm here to find out. But before I do that, don't forget to subscribe to the AutoToday YouTube channel to stay informed on all things automotive. Time for liftoff. So to keep things fairly simple, I'm going to run you through all the changes that the Mark II version of the F77 gets. Now, we have reviewed its predecessor, so don't forget to check out that video as well. From a design standpoint, everything is pretty much the same as before. You've got the clean lines, you've got those lovely graphics, and yes, this one also has no visible fasteners, screws or bolts. There are now 9 colors to choose from, and the instrument console has been updated to show a lot more information. But it's the internals where Ultraviolette have really worked their magic. The F77 is much better equipped than before. On the safety front, the Mark II comes with dual channel ABS, which can be switched to just front ABS or mono mode. It also gets dynamic stability control and traction control, which has 3 settings: T1 for sport, T2 for the city and T3 for the rain. Ultraviolette has also added hill hold, which engages automatically on an incline and gets disengaged when the brake or the accelerator is pressed or moved. Furthermore, there are 10 levels of regeneration, park assist and delta watch, which alerts the owner if there may be any tampering with the motorcycle when it is stationary. But how does that all translate out onto the road? Is this really a performance motorcycle like Ultraviolette claims it is? Well, there's only one way to find out. First up, there are 2 variants on offer, Mark II and Mark II Recon. The Mark II comes with a 27 kW motor and a 7.1 kWh battery pack with a claim range of 211 km. The Recon, on the other hand, comes with a 30 kW motor and a 10.3 kWh battery pack with a claim range of 323 km. To be honest, the first thing I noticed of the line is the sheer weight of this motorcycle. But once you get a hang of it, the acceleration the F77 offers is intoxicating. There are 3 ride modes on offer: glide, combat and realistic. In glide mode, the power delivery is at its dullest, and this mode is best suited for traffic situations. Combat feels like the perfect balance and offers decently good acceleration. However, ballistic mode is where things are at its peak. The sheer pulling power is an absolute hoot, and the twisty roads were extremely fun thanks to this very aptly named riding mode. The F77 Mark II rides on 41mm USD front forks and a rear monoshock, both of which are preload adjustable. The ride position is a bit forward set and feels fairly sporty. But I must say, Ultraviolette has done quite an excellent job with the balance of ride quality. It rides over bad roads with a certain confidence and heft, and the riding position itself doesn't feel too taxing when you're out on the road. The 17-inch wheels on each end offer decent grip, but the weight of this motorcycle does show in the corners. Straight line stability is absolutely awesome, but shifting from one corner to another, especially when it's a left and a right, requires a slight bit of effort. Also, it is extremely fun to play around with the 9 levels of regen, the base level of which is off. Instead of using the 320mm front and 230mm rear disc brake, one can just set it at the level that they find most appropriate depending upon the traffic and the kind of road one is flying on. For example, I used level 3 of regen when I was going through the twisties and needed a little bit of regen. But when I was in traffic conditions, I found myself using the 6th level of regen or even the 9th, depending upon how much traffic there was on the road. Overall, the Ultraviolette F77 Mark II is an awesome bike to ride and feels truly revolutionary. Time now for our summary. Now, as far as pricing is concerned, the Mach 2 version is a lot cheaper than before. Do remember that when the F77 first came out, it cost rupees 3.80 lakh ex-showroom. Now the standard Mach 2 variant costs rupees 2.99 lakh and this Recon variant costs rupees 3.99 lakh ex-showroom. Now if that pricing throws you off, well, don't let it. Don't forget that this is an electric and running costs should be lower. But one thing that needs to happen as soon as possible as far as Ultraviolette is concerned is an increase in the number of showrooms across the country. That's the one sure shot way of making sure that this reaches its target audience, which I don't think it has so far. In a nutshell, this is a good looking, performance oriented motorcycle that is well engineered and should make a strong case for itself to enthusiasts who want to set themselves apart from the crowd. If this is a glimpse of the future that we're getting now, we're all for it.